Hello everyone, today let's check out a theorem. If f is a real valued function bounded on closed interval a comma b, then m into b minus a less than or equal to lower Riemann sum less than or equal to upper Riemann sum less than or equal to m into b minus a. This is infimum and this is supremum m. Okay, what is b minus a? B minus a here it is considered as the length of the segment. Okay, we'll understand that better once we solve or prove the theorem. For all partition P belongs to P of closed interval a comma b, where small m and capital M are, I told you, infimum and supremum of function f over the closed interval a comma b. Let's get into the proof. Let m and m be the infimum and supremum of f over closed interval a comma b. This is what is given in the question we are writing, given in the theorem statement. Let mr and small mr be the supremum and infimum of f over the segment or the interval ir is equal to xr minus 1 comma xr. So this interval we are considering. Okay, so let partition p be P is equal to x0, x1, etc., xr minus 1, xr, etc., xn. Okay, so these are the elements or partitions of P. Okay, then we are taking M, that is infimum is less than or equal to mr less than or equal to mr less than or equal to m. That means infimum and less than or equal to infimum with respect to the segment or interval less than or equal to supremum with respect to the segment less than or equal to the supremum. So like that we are taking this condition where r is greater than 1, 2, 3, etc. So we are multiplying this with delta r. What is delta r? Length of the segment. Remember, length of the segment is called as delta r. The greater number minus, it is, if this is a comma b, we will take it as b minus a. That is what is the length of the segment. Okay, so now we are multiplying this with delta r. Yes, m delta r less than or equal to mr delta r less than or equal to mr delta r less than or equal to m delta r. Now what are we doing? We are taking sigma on each sides. Okay, so that is summation on each sides. Taking summation on each sides, what do we get? We have summation. We are taking the interval of r from 1 to n. Why? We have the partition from, yes, partition from 0 to n, but we are taking the interval of r because r is greater than 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means we'll take from 1 to etc. up to n. Okay, we'll take the interval of r from 1 to n, mr delta r less than or equal to, same thing, we are just writing the summation with r from 1 to n for each term. Okay, now we can take this m outside and write, okay, because this is a constant, we can take it out of this summation. Okay, we are taking this out of summation and we are writing sigma r is equal to 1 to n delta r less than or equal to, this is nothing but your lower Riemann sum. Yes, if you check properly, this is a lower Riemann sum, this is the upper Riemann sum, and we are taking m outside, sigma r is equal to 1 to n delta r. So here m into, this is nothing but your length of the interval. So what is the length of this interval? It will be, if the interval is a comma b, we have taken it as closed interval a comma b, right? So the interval is that, so we'll take it as b minus a. Okay, generally we are taking that lower Riemann sum less than or equal to upper Riemann sum less than or equal to m into, this is also same thing, sigma r is equal to 1 to n delta r, which is nothing but the length of the interval, length of the segment. So we are taking it as b minus a. Hence we have proved the theorem. Yes, this theorem can be asked in one more way. I'll show that. So it is, show that lower Riemann sum and upper Riemann sum are bounded by m into b minus a and m into b minus a, that is supremum into b minus a, infimum into b minus a. So this is how we can ask the same theorem in another way. Okay. Thank you.